Do you find yourself doom scrolling at odd hours, reaching for your phone in the first thing in the morning, whether you're on the toilet or when there's a spare moment of silence in a conversation with a friend? Then this video is for you. We find ourselves doom scrolling and generally wasting time on the phone on perpetual cycle of swiping through news articles, of social media threads, and generally trying to stay updated on other people's lives, and we aren't actually living our own. Whether it's from a lack of boredom to generally feeling like you have no direction in life, without purpose, and not really knowing what you should be doing with all that extra time. And so we say, we're busy. We're busy scrolling our lives away, trying to be updated on other people's lives without living our own. Most of us are living life on default mode. Whether or not that is by accident or generally feeling as if this is the only way, we tend to fill up all that extra space and time with what's in front of us, on the screen, on our phone, on our computers, on the media. If we can think back to a time when we didn't have access to our phone, to any devices, how did that make you feel? How did it feel when you were cut off from the rest of the world? Maybe on a vacation with family, and there is no cell service, and there is no internet. And seemingly at first, it was very difficult. Very difficult to unplug, because we've built up this habit of being always in the know, always knowing what's actually going on. But over a short amount of time, we felt as if we were more connected to the people around us, to the conversations that we had with friends and loved ones, and generally feeling connected to the nature and the space around us. Is that the type of life that you want? Or do you prefer the chaos of living on default mode? The default mode of reaching for your phone first thing in the morning, to scrolling through your social media threads while sitting on the toilet. This is the stark contrast that is of a life of being present to a life of living on default. As another person that was caught up in the craze of productivity and self-help throughout my 20s, I was someone that endlessly scrolled. I doom scrolled day in and day out on Reddit threads, on deep rabbit holes on YouTube, going into hundreds of books. There was a year I spent reading one book a week for the entire year, and it was almost to fill this metric that I was going to somehow find a nugget of wisdom in these books, this media, so that it can transform and change my life. But what I found was that it didn't do anything, and I was still stuck at square one. As a person that felt like I wasn't going anywhere in life and I was wasting all my time in a fake online world, having conversations with people that I didn't know what their faces looked like, and generally not even sure if my messages on these online platforms was even being read. What ultimately changed was when I started to get off of these devices. I went through a difficult moment in my life where I went on a digital detox. And a digital detox is basically unplugging yourself from the screens, from your devices, as much as you can. And this is a general process and not a one-size-fits-all where you go and systematically and over time try and reduce the amount of time you spend on your computer, on the internet, and generally following what other people are doing so that you can focus on what you're doing and living your ideal version of your life. And so you might be asking, if I'm not doom scrolling, what do I actually want with my life? And the whole point of going on a digital detox is really to allow for boredom to creep in. And some of you guys might say, well, I don't want to feel bored. I don't want there to be moments of silence, moments of awkwardness. And so sometimes I casually reach my phone to remove that silence so that I don't feel those feelings and emotions of uncomfortableness. And it's exactly at that point of feeling bored, of having nothing to do, that allows for our greatest insights, our greatest breakthroughs of creativity, and allows us to ultimately be and understand who we are and what we enjoy and what we value in our life. And so I challenge you to do this. Put away the phone, whether that is just starting with an hour to 2 hours or even a full day if you can manage it, and go on a detox and to remove yourself from all sources of internet and devices so that you can be bored, so that you can allow time to actually think, to actually reflect, and to really get to know you. As I went through my own personal process of a digital detox over the span of many years, it is a journey and not a destination. To be able to say and go against the grain of what society has pushed upon us, to always be in the know, to always know the latest of what's going on, is a difficult process. And you can definitely tell when you've been without your phone for 6, 7, 8 hours, even a day, how much you're itching for that device. And maybe one could even say it's an addiction when you can't withhold yourself from this. What do you guys think? I would love to hear from you guys. Leave a comment below if you ever gone on a digital detox and the benefits that you guys actually have received. And ultimately, this process of a digital detox is really meant so that you can have more time to really sit and think of what you actually want out of life. Rather than doom scrolling, you can go and move towards more productive and more fulfilling endeavors in your own life, whether or not that is putting off things that you are going to do someday. One of the worst words out there is, I'm going to do that someday, because someday may never happen. So if you really want to go and write a book or work on that project or visit that country or do all the things that you said you were going to do, go do them. What do you guys think? I would love to hear from you guys. And please like and subscribe for more. And as always, make sure to check out this next video right here and stay tuned.